I went to a so-called integrated school, but every teacher I had was white. Now, like, I don't know anyone who talks like this. Who talks like this? My dad speaks like dirty South Ebonics, and my grandma only spoke Spanish. And so I would be like, pues, they be tripping, que no? I just never really felt like I could be myself in school. I wanted to speak like what I heard in my household, what I heard with my cousins, my friends, but I felt like I had to perform and represent myself in a way that I guess society identified as educated.
How did that make you feel? And why you not be authentic at your school?
At the time period, you're young, you don't realize how like racism manifests in our schools.
Got it.
When I got to fourth grade, they put me in a dual language learning class. All of those students were not on the main campus. They were in the portables. I cried and I cried. I was like, I do not want to be. And I made my mom take me out of the class because I wanted to be on campus with the rest of the students, which is like so heartbreaking today because I don't know Spanish. When I got into 10th grade, I moved in with my Black grandmother in Gonzales, Texas. And there, my great-great-great-grandmother and my great aunties and uncles helped establish Edwards High. The educators were revered in that community. My grandma would tell me that, everybody knew the teachers. They would talk to your parents during church and everything.
So the community orient.
Yeah, it was this relationship between the school and the community. And when they desegregated, the state came in and they shut the school down.
Oh, wow.
My grandmother was working at the school. She was a registrar. She lost her job. Her cousin lost her job. A lot of the Black teachers were not hired at the white school. So it had a profound impact. When we desegregated in Gonzales, Texas, the white students didn't go to Edwards. And it had such an amazing education program. But you don't hear the story of the role that these institutions had in the Black community. I feel like this connection to education and how we understand the value, purpose, and meaning of education
was lost.
It was always about freedom for us, always about freedom. And so how could we have done this in a way that would have been more inclusive? And the crazy thing is that, my parents hoped that my generation would have more inclusive and equitable schools. And they sacrificed so much. But our schools today, they're certainly not.
Yeah.
No one should have to go to school and feel like they had to silence their voice. I think what you can do is create a space where people feel welcome to be them, where they can see their stories in the curriculum. Everyone should have access to a liberating education.